Welcome to the Numerology Podcast. I am your host, Novalee. I'm a professional numerologist and writer, and in this podcast, we're just going to nerd out, which means we're going to talk names, we're going to talk numbers, numerology, astrology, the connections between the different esoteric fields, we'll do case studies, and so much more. Now, this episode of the Numerology Podcast is unique because today we're going to talk about 2020. This is the Numerology Forecast for 2020. So this isn't just a delicious, ripe new year we get to bite into. It's the start of a new decade, and as we enter the 20s, we step deeper into the third millennium. This is the call of the divine feminine on a global scale. You need to get ready for even more global revolution and reorganization of the status quo. So we'll start with a big perspective and work our way down to what the very first months mean for you according to your first base number. Now, if you've listened to the previous episodes, you already know what your first base number is, but I'll cover it in this episode as well. 2020 is a 4-year in Chaldean numerology, as its digit sum is 4. The major themes this year have to do with stability, creation, innovation, and patience. The global vibration has us all tending to the structures and ideas we've been developing and nurturing for the last 3 years. This is the 4th year in our 9-year cycle that started in 2017. So now it's time to test and assess if what you've been building is holding up to the blueprint you have in your mind. It's a year to elevate, evaluate, and tend to all the moving parts of your life. It isn't the right time to randomly change course or prematurely try to jump many steps ahead. You lay down the foundation and you trust that it'll all work out. Because a solid foundation will keep you on track when the innovative and rebellious parts of the global vibration start conspiring with your own inner rebel to burn down all the old and just try something new and exciting just for the sake of shaking things up. Honesty and straightforwardness are the cure for any budding self-sabotage that can show up as, lack of willpower or this feeling of I just want to isolate myself. You should ask for help in any area where you feel like you're lacking support and community, because that's big this year. Now, even though we're all engulfed in the global vibration of 2020, each of us will experience the year differently, as the interaction of the numbers in your birthday and the vibration behind the year will create a unique outcome. So base numbers in Chaldean numerology are determined by the day you were born. In this calculation, the month and year aren't in play. So we have 9 base numbers, and you'll learn in the following what the start of 2020 has in store for yours. So, if you were born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, or 28th of any month in any year, then your base number is 1. And the beginning of 2020 pulls your focus to new significant connections when it comes to your career, work, and relationships. The introduction of the new people in your life can also signify that stagnant relationships are being phased out. This is a shift that creates a more interesting future when it comes to where your career is headed, how your network is expanding. So you should use the start of the year to get outside your comfort zone, and meet new people. And I want to say, for example, if your business or life is very much online or only at your workplace, really try to unplug, go meet people, network in real life. Or if you're mostly meeting people in real life, networking, talking to people, at your coffee shop or whatever, you're easygoing, you strike up conversations easily, I would take that to the online world now and see how you can build bridges and meet new people. Let's move on to base number 2. If you were born on the 2nd, 11th, 20th, or 29th of any month in any year, you're a 2. And the beginning of 2020 is a really beautiful, fertile time for love, the deepening and solidifying of existing relationships, or the meeting of someone significant. If you choose to exit a current relationship in these months, know that it will open the door for bigger and better things that have been waiting for you to let them in. Trust that. If you were born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th of any month in any year, your first base number is 3. And you are also entering a beautiful time in the first months of 2020 in terms of love, expansion, joy. Now, if you're not looking to invite more members into your family, then I would use extra caution in the bedroom and don't take like an unplanned trip to an animal shelter unless you're looking to add new furry friends permanently to your life. If you are, on the other hand, really looking for love, you want companionship, and it goes wider than just like romantically. If you want more friends, like heart connections, if you want to meet people, it really is a great time these first few months of 2020 to feel your heart expand. And that also means self-love dates and taking care of yourself, which you, as someone with the base number 3, sometimes you're too busy to take care of yourself. You're working too hard to take care of yourself. Now's the time to let the love you want from others come from your own heart too. Now, if you were born on the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, or the 31st of any month in any year, you are 4. And you will be feeling the effect of entering a year that shares the vibration and gifts you're here to express and explore too. Now, the first few months will amplify the work you've been doing on the self-love and self-worth front. And you'll get very clear on the areas where you're playing small. 2020 is a year of facing the false mirrors and dysfunctional ideas you might have about friendships and community. This could be a wake-up call for you. Pay attention. There's also like a little karmic flip in this. So whatever challenges that might arise in the first few months of 2020, know that you've asked for them. Decide to be the hero in the story instead of the victim if anything comes up. You totally have the tools. Now, base number 5. If you were born on the 5th, the 14th, or the 23rd of any month, of any year, you'll be tying up loose ends. You'll be seeing the completion of many projects in the first months of 2020. It's time to survey who and what have been working, what has been serving you well, and what needs to end for you to step confidently into a new era. Please be honest and authentic in the way you decide to deal with who you want to keep around and what will be left behind. You have a gift and a challenge in this life about speaking your truth, and this is a perfect time to do so when you have to end things or things are ending around you. Base number 6. If you were born on the 6th, the 15th, or the 24th of any month in any year, you will feel a lovely push forward, and this sends up a quick manifestation in the first few months of 2020. If you've been sowing big seeds and prepared a solid foundation in the last few years, then you could face an enormous amount of growth and return on your hard work. And the more pleasure you weaved into the preparations, the more sweetly this period will repay your efforts. It looks good. Base number 7. If you were born on the 7th, 16th, or 25th of any month in any year, you will be entering a very creative and passionate few months. This could mean that you'll find yourself in a near constant rain of new ideas and insights. And I mean like even more than your normal operating mode. Or it could signify that you revitalize some kind of passion that you used to be obsessed with. The best way to honor this gift is to make space and time for it. So make time to doodle, make time to be creative, make time to really live out your passion, make it materialize. So all these great ideas you have don't just stay in your head, or that you don't spend all your time daydreaming. Now, for the base number 8, if you were born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of any month in any year, you're stepping into a time of huge contrast in terms of growth and change. You've decided to deal with the deeper layers of karma in this lifetime, and the first few months of 2020 will ask you to get absolutely clear on what you want more of and what you like less of in your life, and then act on this clarity accordingly. You're super strong in your core, and it's really helpful to lean on your own strength and ask others to hear you out in this period, so you get to experience that you're not alone with whatever challenges might come your way. You're never truly alone. Base number 9. If you were born on the 9th, the 18th or the 27th of any month in any year, the beginning of 2020 will have you itching to move. You might already feel this. You might already have booked your tickets, decided to move, to change, to transform. Yeah, so it could be quite literally that you'll find a new place to call home, but it could also be traveling, transforming your life on a different level. You might find yourself changing standpoint on things you thought were fundamental truths, or release mental limitations that you've been hiding behind. There is no use in fighting the winds of change, so please follow the pull or prepare to be pushed off the cliff. Now, 2020 is a wonderful year for all of us to claim our individual geniuses and weirdness. It's time to throw away the idea that you have to conform to find community and instead dress, act, and shine your light so brightly that the right people can see that your party is the one they've been looking for. Now, as this year has change written all over it, I expect to see many new faces on my calendar, because the call to radically change your life is often something that builds over time, even if we're not conscious about it. So if a name change or other session has been calling you, you know where to find me, novaleewilder.com. If you know someone who'd love to learn what the beginning of 2020 has in store for them, link this podcast to them, ask them to subscribe, because there will be much more of the forecast in the coming months.